Hey, how's it going? Do I have a treat for you? This is the M18 Fuel Quick Lock Attachment Reciprocator, rotary scissors. This thing is how you get a golf course lawn. And we're going to try it out. It can also be used to cut brush. We're going to try that out too. So if you want to see how this thing works, stick around. Alright, so this thing weighs just over 5 pounds. It's got a pair of rotating 9-inch blades. They're pretty sharp, so it does come with a blade cover. It also has a bump guard on the bottom to prevent you from digging in the heel and for setting it down. It does come with a tool to remove the blades. And we'll do that at the end just to see how these blades stood up to the abuse we're going to put it through today. I haven't used this before, but I've had my eye on it since it came out earlier this year. And it's wonderful for trying out. Just a little bit of assembly. So I'll show you that right now. So you will need your power head adapter. It does come with a bump guard, basically, that goes on the top, and it prevents you if there's kickback. It does talk about it a little bit in the user's manual, that possible to have kickback when cutting brush. So you put that on there, and it just prevents it from going out. So you will have to take out the original screws that came on your power head adapter, and it does come with some longer screws. And the tool that it comes with is all you need to take out the old screws and put in the new screws, so you won't need to grab any wrenches. I was actually missing two of the nuts, so I just put it on with one nut for right now, and it seemed to hold pretty sturdy. Once you're done with that, then it's a matter of just putting on the strap attachment. So it comes with a little bit of collar that comes over there, and I was missing that nut too, so I had to go grab a bolt for that. So once I found a bolt in my scrap bin, I put on the adapter and just tighten it up. So once that's all tightened up, it does come with a included shoulder strap. So you just clip that on, and now you're ready to go. So let's attach the reciprocator and head outside and see how this thing works. So the first thing I notice is it's a little bit heavier than my string trimmer. I've been using my Milwaukee string trimmer for about 5 years now. So this is a lot different. I did have to adjust the strap. I'm 5'9". There's plenty of adjustment in there even for shorter people or taller people. I was about halfway up. So it does really well around rocks. I was bumping it off this rock, and normally it just tears up the line on my string trimmer. But this does really well. And you notice how the grass just piles right up there. It doesn't fling it everywhere, so it's really nice around flower beds. I'll show you that here in a second. Another nice feature of this is if you have that trailer or that camper that's been sitting out in your yard and you're tired or a little nervous to use the string trim around it, this thing goes right up to the wheels and doesn't damage the rubber. So I thought that was a nice bonus. It also does really well just edging. If you have a vinyl fence, this thing is a no-brainer, but it goes right up along the edge of the flower beds. It doesn't throw material into the flower beds, just sneaks right around there. I was trying to get used to this thing. Dang dandelions. Now it's early spring here still, and this is only my second mowing of the season. But you can see here, going around uneven rocks, it does really well. Now it doesn't get into the nook and crannies that you might be able to angle a string trimmer around. But this is an area where I have trouble getting my riding mower through, and it was pretty good. It's a little slower than the string trimmer. It doesn't have as large of a cut, but it's very clean. Here I'm using it as the edger. Now I do have the Milwaukee edger attachment, and I prefer that. I think it's $60 for a pair of blades. I don't want to dull it by sticking it down on the ground, but it did a really good job. I actually prefer it over my other edger, but it just doesn't make financial sense to use as an edger. Here you can see I'm using it. It is advertised as a brush cutter, so I am using it to take the stickers off a neighbor's tree. And yeah, I think it did a really good job. It is advertised to take up to a 1/2 inch. It does that, and it will stop if you jam it up, and then you just have to pull it out and restart it. But I just went for it, and it was up to the task. And it also does really well around trees. I think that's, again, vinyl fencing, anything delicate where you have to get right up in there. You can kind of see the damage from years and years of using a string trimmer, and this thing just gets right in there, right next to the tree. And it's great for that. Alright, that was fun. So let's go ahead and take the blades apart and see how she held up. Alright, so taking a look at the blade, not bad. We took out some pretty big, half inch. I think we maxed this thing out a few times. And I don't see any damage to any of the blades. I mean, there's not even, we even hit a couple pieces of metal. We were doing around an AC unit at the neighbor's house. And I don't see any damage here. Let's check this one. A little bit right here. I don't know if you can see that. But it's definitely passable. Yeah, so let's get her back together. Alright, so what do I think of this thing? Well, it is harder to use than the string trimmer, and it's slower. The string trimmer is just faster, covers a lot of area, and it's easier to wield, but I have a different handle on that. So I think if I got used to the ergonomics of this, it would be a little bit easier. It says you're supposed to use it on the right side. I found that using it on my left side was just more comfortable. I didn't experience any kickback, but it does say in the user manual that that's a possibility. And that's why they say to use it on the right-hand side to minimize kickback. I did like the shoulder strap that it came with. I think that's necessary. I think if you didn't have that, you get a really raggedy cut. I was very impressed with the quality of the cut. The rotary scissors quality of cut just doesn't compare with a string trimmer. And the string trimmer flings grass all over the place. Where I liked it was around trees. I liked it around the flower beds. I even tried edging with it, you saw. I think for edging, these blades are $60 a pop. I think I'm going to use my Quick Lock Milwaukee edger attachment instead of this for edging. But that's just because of the cost of this. I really did like the way it edged. It's just I can't justify dulling blades that quickly. And I don't know how long this blade's going to last. I assume it'll last a few seasons. At least that's what I'm hoping. But it was great. I really liked it. I think this is something that I'll be using a couple times a week to edge around flower beds and PVC pipes. I think if you have a vinyl fence or anything sensitive, wires, even grounding wires by your natural gas heater, anything like that, I think this is a no-brainer. I think this is something you should have. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the cost. This thing was $400. For the average DIY homeowner, unless you're going with a golf course lawn, I don't think you're going to get this. I really like it. I didn't actually pay with my own money. Now this isn't sponsored, but I used the Upside app. The Upside app is just this app where you get cash back when you buy gas, unless you live in New Jersey or Wisconsin or something like that. And you get cash back for groceries. It's not a discount. They just give you cash back based on the percentage of your receipt. So I did that for about 6 months, and I saved up enough to get an Amazon gift card and buy this thing. So that's how I got it. I'll post a link down below with my referral code for Upside. If you do decide to use it, again, this isn't endorsed or promoted by Upside, but if you do use it, I get a penny per gallon of gas that you get. It doesn't come out of your pocket. Upside pays the person, and if you give it to somebody else, they get a penny per gallon. Right now, my wife and kids are the only ones that are giving me pennies per gallon, but they take dollars per gallon. So see how that works out. Anyway, I think the Milwaukee Reciprocator is a good tool. I think it's got a very specific use case. If you're looking at this video because you're thinking about buying it, you're probably going to buy it anyway. It's really neat. It works great. I love it. It's just going to take some getting used to. It's not as fast as I said, the string trimmer. Normally I can edge my entire yard plus put on the edger and edge my driveway, and I can do all that in about 20 minutes, and this took me 38 minutes to do the exact same thing, and I didn't have to switch out attachments. So, and that could just be I wasn't used to it, and I was using it to cut down some branches at the neighbor's yard too. So, yeah, all in all, I think it's a good tool. Hope this was helpful, and as always, thanks for watching.